All right, raise your hand if you ever thought, I want to sell something online, but I don't have any idea what to create or where to start. Listen, you're definitely not alone. And the good news is you're actually much closer to having your first profitable digital product than you realize. Now, in case this is our first time meeting, I'm marketing coach Anthony. I sold my first online course back in 2015. And since then, I've created and sold well over 300 digital products. And over the past decade, I've used every LMS, every AI tool, and anything else that would speed up my digital product creation process or help me optimize my business and my frameworks. So I know a thing or two about creating and selling digital products online. Over the next few minutes or so, I'm going to walk you through 7 beginner-friendly digital products that you can create this week, even if you've never sold anything online before. And the fourth idea is the one on the list that just might surprise you. It's one that almost everyone overlooks, but it consistently outperforms all of the other digital products that we're going to mention in this video across all profit margins. Now, I'll cover everything from what tools to use to how to create each product type and exactly how to make your very first sale. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which products you're going to create that will get you up and running and riding the digital product train fast. A lot of beginners' biggest hurdle isn't actually the technical skills. It's what happens in your mind before you even open the laptop to try to get started. Let me break down the 3 major roadblocks that we see over in the Digital Course Launchers Academy. First, there's a tech fear, that nagging voice that's telling you, I'm not tech savvy enough, or I'll get lost in all of those platforms and different software. The second one is perfectionism, the belief that your first product needs to look like something created by a Fortune 500 company, and nothing could be further from the truth. And the third one is simply not knowing where to start. You feel overwhelmed by all of the options and all of the steps that you need to take to get to your desired result. But here's the surprising truth about what actually makes digital products sell. It's not fancy technology or the perfect design. It's solving a specific problem for one specific person. Literally, that's it. That's all it takes. And this is the perfect time to bring up the example of a minimal viable product. Minimal viable products come in to constantly remind you that your goal is not perfection. Your goal should be creating something useful enough that people will actually pay you for it. Starting simple isn't just easier, it's actually smarter. And it lets you test your idea with real customers before investing tons of time and energy in something that may not work. So let me give you a quick exercise to do right now. Grab a piece of paper and write down 3 skills that you have that other people ask you about. Maybe it's how you organize your digital files. Maybe it's how you create meal plans from one week to the other. Or maybe it's how you train a dog. Who knows? Whatever that thing is, write them down. These everyday skills are gold mines of knowledge that others would gladly pay to learn. And let me just be clear, you absolutely do not need to create some massive 12-module course or some complicated software program to start making money online. In fact, the simpler your first product, the more likely you are to actually complete it and get it out to the world. So let's start with product number 1. We call this the One Problem PDF Guide. Now listen, forget about the 100-page ebook that nobody finishes. These are short, targeted guides that solve one specific problem for one specific type of people. For example, instead of writing a full guide on meal planning, you could create like a 5-step PDF called the 15-minute lunch prep system or something like that for busy moms. You don't need to be fancy. You don't need fancy formatting. You can just use Google Docs and a clickable table of contents and save it as a PDF. And listen, if you can write a helpful email, then you can write one of these. I guarantee it. They're super fast to create. They're quick to consume. And they're easily priced between $9 and $37 a pop. Product number 2, done for you templates. Now, templates saves everybody time, and everyone loves to save time. That's why they sell so well. So think about tools or shortcuts that you've created for yourself. Canva templates, Google Doc scripts, Notion dashboards, or email swipe files work really, really well here. You can turn those into plug and play products that your audience can copy and customize. For example, if you're a social media manager, sell a 30-day caption template package with pre-written posts for engagement and sales growth or something like that. You only need to create it once, and then you can sell it forever and forever and forever. It really is a really powerful system. Product 3, audio lessons, and mini podcasts. Now, if writing isn't your thing, then you can just simply talk it out. You can create a short audio series where you teach or coach your audience through a specific challenge. Let's say you're a mindset coach. You can record a 5-part confidence reset audio guide, and you can sell it as a private podcast or downloadable audio bundle. You can just simply record it with your phone and then edit it with free tools like Audacity or Descript. And never underestimate the power of audio, because audio feels personal and it can really be consumed on the go, which means it's likely a digital product type that your audience is actually after, whether you know it or not. And don't worry about the production of all of these digital products. I'll leave resources in the description below to get you started. And speaking of resources, if you like this kind of breakdown, but you want more advanced help putting your product together step by step, I run a premium program called the Digital Product Lab. It's where I help creators discover, build, and launch a scalable digital offer to the world. And you can access my full library of tools, templates, and private training. Now, it's not free because it's for people who are serious about turning this into a real revenue stream and a true business. I'll leave the link down in the description below if you want to take a look and see if it's a good fit. Product number 4, live or recorded mini workshops. Now, this is hands down one of the fastest ways to create a high value product. Now, I mentioned that number 4 was the one that was most underrated, especially for profit margin. And hosting a live Zoom session where you teach something actionable for 60 to 90 minutes, then you record it and sell that replay is one of the best kept digital product secrets there is out there. Now, the way you want to frame this is to make sure that it's outcome based. So you may want to make the topic something like how to plan a month's worth of Instagram content in 60 minutes, or how to build a client onboarding system without fancy tool. Now, keep in mind, you only have to teach this one time, but then you can sell it over and over and over again. And it's an insanely non-techie way to get a digital product out the door really fast. You don't need fancy mics, you don't need fancy equipment and cameras, and most of all, you really don't have to worry about an editing suite. So you don't even really have to edit anything. You just give real value and then simply sell the replay. Now, if you don't know how to set all of this stuff up, don't worry. We'll get to that later on in the video when we talk about your payment processes and how to set all this stuff up to start making sales. Product number 5. Digital toolkits. Now, toolkits are high perceived value because they feel like an all-in-one solution. All you simply do is bundle together a few different assets like a few checklists or templates or a few short video walkthroughs that solve one specific problem. For example, you may want to put together a branding starters toolkit, and it might include something like mood board templates, a name worksheet, and a tutorial on choosing colors and fonts for your personal brand. You're basically giving your customers everything they need to get from point A to point B without having to go and search for anything else and dig through the weeds on their own. Product number 6. Interactive spreadsheets. Don't sleep on spreadsheets. Now, look, I know that rhymed, and trust me, the pun was really intended. They're one of the most underrated digital products out there, whether it's a budget calculator or a freelance income tracker. Interactive spreadsheets come in a variety of different formats for a variety of different reasons. You can create a content planner, and people will pay for tools that organize their life or organize their business. And it's super simple to build. You just build it in Google Sheets so that they can copy and use it instantly. And if you really want to level up, you can include a 5-minute video that explains exactly how to use it. Listen, these spreadsheets, and it's literally just a spreadsheet, they generally sell for anywhere in between $17 and $47 because they're practical, they're visual, and they're result focused. Product number 7, micro courses. Now, you don't need a massive 10-module course to teach something valuable. A micro course is short, focused, and easy to complete. Just think 3 to 5 bite-sized lessons that walk someone through a transformation process. You can record your screen with Loom or with Zoom. You don't have to have fancy DSLR cinema cameras or mirrorless cameras. You can literally use your iPhone if you had to. And then you take those videos and upload them to a private page or course platform, and bam, you're good to go. You've got your digital product. And remember, guys, keep it simple here. You don't have to go crazy with all of this stuff. And don't worry about the creation process. Like I said, I've left resources in the description below that walk you through everything you need to know to create every format. And we're going to discuss some really quick, simple, and inexpensive ways that you can get started right now today, later on in this video. All right, Anthony, we know what to create. Great. But how do we actually sell and deliver that product so it's not just sitting on our hard drive somewhere collecting digital dust? And that's where so many beginners have to freeze up because they're stuck. The immediate reaction is to just start Googling best platforms to sell digital products on. And the next thing you know, you're trapped in a comparison nightmare debating between Shopify or Gumroad or Teachable or SendIsle or Kajabi. And by the end of the day, you look up and you've done absolutely nothing. But let me let you in on a little secret. You don't need a website, you don't need monthly fees, and you don't need to be a tech genius to sell your digital product online. You don't need to spend a dime. All you need are the 3 free tools I'm about to mention right now. One is Mega, the second is Google Docs or Google Drive, and the third is PayPal. That's it. This is the setup I always recommend to complete beginners all the time because it works. They make money. So let me walk you through this whole process step by step. You're going to love this. All right, so first you're going to upload your product once your digital product is ready, whether it's a PDF, a template, a spreadsheet, or an audio file, or a video, to the #1 hosting platform that we want to use in this example. Now, my go-to here recently is Mega. First of all, because it's free and they give you 20 gigabytes, which is a ton of storage for people just starting off. And they don't limit your downloads or add weird time restrictions or some other crazy stuff like other platforms do. Now, Google Drive works too. Just make sure that you set your file to anyone with the link can view. Then you want to copy that shareable link and make sure you set that to the side because that's going to be our download page after someone purchases our digital product. Step 2. Set up payment with PayPal. Now, let's talk about how you actually get paid. You want to go to PayPal and set up a free account. Once you set up your free account, you want to be sure that you create what's called a Buy Now button. It's completely free and you don't have to worry about paying a thing up front. Next, you'll want to name your product, set the price, and then here's where the magic happens. Under the advanced features, there's a box where you can paste in your Mega or your Google Drive link. This box tells PayPal that after someone purchases your digital product, that PayPal should automatically redirect and send them straight to that link. That means there's no waiting, there's no email delivery needed. As soon as they check out, they're automatically redirected to download the product. It's clean, it's easy, it's automatic, and it works. And now once you create that button, PayPal will give you a special link that you can now share anywhere. It's not a code, you don't need a website, it's a direct link that leads straight to your checkout button. And if this process seems too techy for you, you can simply go to the free version of any LLM. So that's ChatGPT, Gemini, DeepSeek, whatever your choice is, and ask it to walk you through this entire process step by step based on the latest information that it can find on the internet, and AI will do the work for you and give you the step-by-step blueprint. So the next step is that you need to start sharing this link. And this is where most people start to overthink it, but not you because you're watching this video. You don't need a fancy storefront or a funnel to get started making money online. You just need to get your links in front of the right people. That's why this part of the process is so important. Don't overthink it. Don't hesitate. Take the link, drop it in your Instagram bio, share it on your stories, share it in the DMs, text it to someone who asked for help with the exact thing that you created. Take the link and drop it inside of a Facebook group where your ideal customer is already asking for those type of solutions to the problem that you're solving. Don't overthink this part and be sure not to be salesy or spammy. You don't have to do that. People will purchase just because they're interested in the product. All you have to do is find the right people who are looking for the transformation and not the information. And if you want to track your clicks, you can even shorten the link by using Bitly. That way you can actually monitor how many people are checking out your offer. This will help you judge whether or not the copy that you're using on social media or the message that you're sending along with the link is strong enough or solid enough to get people to purchase. And literally that's your entire system. The whole thing in a nutshell set up for free, might I add. And you can literally do this today and start selling. Now, as a pro tip, if you do just want it to feel more like a storefront and you want a more polished presentation without the tech headaches, you can always use a free site called Buy Me a Coffee. Buy Me a Coffee allows you to upload your digital file as a reward. That way you can take payment through PayPal or Stripe and they give you a product link that looks super clean, almost like a little landing page. No monthly fees, no subscriptions. It's super simple. It's something to think about and check out if that's something you're interested in. All right, so now let's talk about pricing really quickly. Now, most beginners undercharge, not because their product isn't good, but because they're nervous in most cases. So here's a simple rule that I want you to follow. Start with what the result that you're selling is worth. Are you saving someone time? Are you helping them make money? Are you reducing their stress? Then check what similar products are charging and add an additional 30% to that. I'm serious, trust me. Do this. You're not going to get anywhere in the age of the internet, and undercharging for your knowledge isn't going to put food on your table. Trust me, I deal with this all the time with people. It's a mindset thing. Charge that extra 30%. And if you feel like that's too much, then just simply step up your product, guys. Because I assure you that undervaluing your product doesn't make people trust in you more. It usually makes people question whether or not you have a good enough product for them to purchase. Now, one of the last things I'll mention here is let's talk a little bit about how to actually get your first few sales. Now look, you don't need ads, you don't have to pay for anything, you don't need a huge audience. You start with what we call warm reach outs, meaning that you just simply DM 5 people who would benefit from your product and you offer them a launch price in exchange for their feedback. Now this is beneficial to them because they're getting the discount, and then second of all, you're getting the feedback, which is going to help you make your product better. Then you go out and you find 2 or 3 communities online like Facebook groups, subreddits, Discord servers, where people are actively talking about the topic that you help with. You jump into the conversation and offer real value. And listen, only mention your product when it's actually relevant. If it's not, just be there to help. I'm telling you, building a relationship is the most important thing in this matter. And finally, you can use social media by recording short TikTok or Instagram reels. Now, the way you want to do this is to take a tip that's directly related to your product so that when people watch the video and they want to learn more, they can now click your link in bio and they can head over to your solution, which is your digital product that you just created. And always remember that that one piece of value that you decided to help out with or to share could lead to tens of sales a day to a product that's already created and just waiting to get traffic to so that it can sell itself. So here's the checklist: free file host, Mega or Google Drive, free payment setup with PayPal, one simple link, and share it with people who actually need a solution to the problem that your info product solves. That's literally it. No website, no overhead, no excuses. You've officially gotten everything that you need to go from idea to income without spending a dime. All right, so don't forget to check the resources in the description below, and don't forget to share this video with a friend who's interested in turning their ideas into income. This is Marketing Coach Anthony signing out. We'll talk soon. Take care.